Now we have a better understanding of right angle. We discussed a couple of points related to right angle, and now it's time, as we had said, that it's time to discuss about acute angle and obtuse angle. So first, let's start with acute angle. Acute angle. For any angle to be an acute angle, the condition is it should be less than a right angle, that is 90 degrees. For any angle to be an obtuse angle, it should be greater than 90 degree. It should be greater than 90 degree and but should be less than 180 degree, that is straight angle. Should be greater than a right angle but should be less than a straight angle. Let's understand this with some diagrams. So if I simply take a horizontal line in this way and suppose a vertical line straight comes like this, intersects it vertically, and clearly we can see that, and as we had discussed here in the previous video, that if it makes a perfect L, here it's making a perfect L, here it's making a perfect L, here also it's making a perfect L, here it's making a perfect L. If it's making a perfect L, then that's actually a right angle. So we can simply say that by looking at this figure that, hey, it's actually a right angle. That's actually a right angle. That's correct. But what if this line intersects this horizontal line not vertically but like this, in this fashion? Now clearly this would have been a perfect L if this line had passed like from this point, sorry. So if this line would have passed something like this, making a perfect L, then this angle would have been a right angle, that is 90 degree. But it's passing like this, it's intersecting here, and the direction of the orientation of this line is like this. Therefore, this will surely be less than this angle, that is 90 degree, and therefore we will say that this angle is actually an acute angle. Now, if this is an acute angle, then what's this angle? Now, this angle is an obtuse angle, and if you are thinking why, then let me tell you that, is it a straight angle from here to here? If you are taking this as a point and this line is passing through this point, of course this portion of the line and this portion of the line, these will behave as two different rays passing in a completely opposite direction. Therefore this angle will be a straight angle, that is 180 degree. And if this is 180 degree, then of course this angle is smaller than this. It's greater than this 90 degree, it's greater than this angle, it's greater than this angle, but it's smaller than this whole angle. And that is where it's satisfying the condition that it is greater than 90 degree, it is greater than 90 degree, but less than 180 degree. It's less than 180 degree. So this will be an obtuse angle. Okay. Suppose your diagram is something like this, like this. Let's say it's like this. Now, if it is asked that what's this angle, whether it is an acute angle or an obtuse angle. So again, imagine in your mind whether it's an acute angle or obtuse angle. So if this ray would have passed, had if it would have passed and like this, making a perfect L, then this would have been a right angle, or if you represent it like this would have been a right angle. But since the orientation of ray is in this direction and in this fashion, therefore this angle will be smaller than this right angle. Therefore we will say that this angle is an acute angle. Okay, so if this is an acute angle and it can be asked, then what is this angle? What is this angle? This outer angle, that's interior angle, it's outer angle. What is this angle? Now for this one, you should remember that we had discussed an angle called reflex angle. Reflex angle. Reflex angle is actually greater than 180 degree, but less than 360 degree. And that makes sense here, that why it is a reflex angle. So if you are thinking why if it is a reflex angle, then imagine that, take this ray only, or say this ray, if this particular ray would have rotated and bang, if it would have come here to the initial position, you would have said that hey, it has actually made one rotation. It has made one rotation, and one rotation is actually 360 degree. It's actually 360 degree, right? One rotation is 360 degree. Now clearly, imagine that my ray started from here, but it could not make a complete rotation, but it stopped at this position. Imagine it like this way. Okay, assume that my ray started in this fashion, started rotating, and rather than coming to the initial position, it just halted here. Okay, it's resting here. Of course, it cannot make a complete turn or rotation, and it stopped here. And of course, this angle of course it will be less than 360 degree, and of course it's greater than 180 degree. Why? Because if you extend this ray in this fashion, making a complete straight line, if you extend it making a complete straight line, that is this line, then this will be a straight angle, that is 180 degree, and our angle is actually crossing this 180 degree, that is greater than straight angle, but it could not reach to 360 degree. It stopped here, and therefore this angle is reflex angle. Okay, let's take a few more examples so that the concept of you can simply by looking at any figure or diagram, you can tell whether it is an acute angle, whether it is an obtuse angle, whether it's a reflex angle. So let's say that you have a line like this, and you have a line like this. Okay, so this is the intersection point. This will behave as one ray, this will behave as one ray, and this will behave as another ray. And if it is asked that what is this angle, now you can tell by looking that it's actually an obtuse angle. And for those of you who are thinking how, so simply think that if I make it a perfect L, so this angle will be a 90 degree, that's a right angle. If I make it a perfect L in this fashion and look it as a L, this angle will be a 90 degree, but it's actually not in this way, it's actually oriented in this fashion, and clearly this is going all the way to here. That is, it's greater than this angle, it's greater than this angle, therefore it's making more than 90 degree. So if it's more than 90 degree, that's the first condition of an obtuse angle. And what's the next condition? That it should be less than 180 degree. So of course this is 180 degree and our angle is this one, so it's actually smaller than this whole angle, that's 180 degree. So therefore the other condition, that is 180 degree, is also, that is, it should be less than 180 degree, is satisfied. Therefore we can say that, hey, it's greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, therefore it's an obtuse angle.